In this episode, we're going to unbox the perfect companion piece to the Predator figure. That's right, the Xenomorph. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name's Rob, and in this episode, we're going to take a toy-tastic adventure and unbox and review the Lanard Xenomorph Warrior figure that goes perfectly with the Predator figure that they released. Now, to be honest, before we jump into things, this was a no-brainer to get this. A, it goes perfect with the Predator figure, but also, this warrior is the closest thing to the actual color of an alien. The other ones that were released were white and gold. And they are the drone, which pretty much looks like this, but white. And the runner, Xeno, which is from Aliens 3, the one that burst out of the dog. So, the dog alien. This is the closest representation of an actual Xenomorph that they had. And I don't really know why Lanard went with such an interesting palette for their plastics, but I mean, it's kind of cool. Even the smaller scale ones, they did the same thing. I missed out on getting those because my Walmart stocked them for a while and then they were gone. Now they're stocking these 7-inch figures, and I think these, I'm glad I waited so I could get these. So without further ado, let's take a toy-tastic adventure and take a look at this guy. Okay, folks, here we go. Here is the Lanard Xenomorph, the warrior figure. Xenomorph Warrior, as it says here. Only at Walmart. And just like with the Predator box artwork, you have this great Dark Horse Comics artwork on it. I mean, I don't know if they just took the artwork or if Dark Horse has something to do with it. But just great. Back of the box, I really like this. I don't know if it'll come out. It's got a little bit of glare from the light here. Put some more light on the situation, see if that helps. But you have this get to know your Xenomorph, species life cycle hybrids. You know, you start with the egg, then face hugger, chest burster, a runner, soldier, and queen. So, and you also got a little bit calling all colonial marines, get ready to gear up and take on the most fearsome creatures to inhabit planet LV-426 and beyond in an epic space battle. The dreaded xenomorphs have multiplied in vast numbers, threatening the lives that inhabit space colonies, reaching to the far ends of the universe. Gather their crew to take on, fight, and eradicate the ever-growing numbers of these terrifying aliens. Very cool. Now, with that, reading that, wouldn't it have been cool if they released 6-inch Marine figures with, I mean, like the cool pulse rifles and the ones that are on the steady arm? That would have been awesome. They didn't need to be likenesses from the movie because I'm sure there was licensing issues, but just generic Marines would have been cool for a 6-inch line. So here we go. And let's pop this guy open. And as usual in these situations, I apologize for any loud noise that comes about. Sorry, taking it away a second so I can muscle off this tape. He's free. Or she. So first thing, whoa, no. That's cool. It actually comes out with a face hugger and a canister. That's a neat little display piece to have. So let's put that to the side and see what we can play with that with after we take a look at the Alien Xenomorph Warrior. Bust your shackles. There we go. So let's take a look at the articulation first. Well, first things first, the jaw moves, which is very nice. And it looks like the secondary mouth is in there, but it doesn't come out. So that's kind of a bummer. But at least it's molded in the mouth. I used to love the old Kenner ones. There was one that you would squeeze the back here and it would shoot out. I think it was the Queen in that line because it had little arms on its chest and all. But anyway, let's get into the articulation and the details. The head, back and forth, not really a lot up and down. The mouth, of course. Got awesome tubes and this dorsal fin here. The tail just spins. The wrists move. You got an elbow joint. And like with the Predator, it's like a ratcheting, clicking joint here. And it has movement there. So it looks like it has the same mobility as the Predator figure, which makes sense. Got your knees, excuse me, limited ankle movement. Limited movement to totally splay. Like, what do I know? Huh, go figure. Let's see if we can get some cool poses. Excuse me again. Let's see here if we can use the tail to help it stand. Doesn't look like it. That's not too shabby. Stand it next to the Predator. And next to a G.I. Joe classified for some scale. Which it's totally to scale. Nope. Had too much Predator beer. So like with the Predator, I'm very happy with this. I mean, like I said, like I said with the Predator, I haven't said with this, but at Walmart, this was only like $9.75, $9.85, something like that, since they never have round numbers there. So for under $10, technically, you can get a great Alien figure. And you know me, I'm a collector on a budget, so $10 is the perfect price to have something like this in my collection. And yeah, I could just envision some great toy photography with this guy, like fighting this Cobra Trooper, even the Predator, all 3 of them. That could be great fun. One day, hopefully, I get into that. Oh, he threw his rifle. And this is very much like a Marine pulse rifle from Aliens. Anyway, let's put the Predator back over here. Put the Alien here. I mean, stands pretty good for that pose. I like that. I think that's how I'm going to have them posed up on my shelf. But one thing I wanted to know about the facehugger. Oh yeah. Look at that. Ah! That fits perfectly over the G.I. Joe Classified. Of course, you can't really put the tail around the neck because it's very rigid. This part springs. But for that, that's pretty cool. Sorry, Cobra Infantry. So like I said, for under $10, technically under $10, this is a really good figure. And one of these days, I'm going to do research beforehand on Lanard to see if have stayed in business since the 80s, if it's the same company, if it's another company operating with the name. I'm just very curious about that. Great sculpting on the chest with the ribs and all, very Geiger-esque. Oh yeah, and this also, there is movement in the abs. So yeah, I recommend this. For under $10, you can't go wrong. Anyway, back to me. Back to me. I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm very interested in doing toy photography. I mean, I'll be nowhere as cool as a lot of the ones I see on Instagram that have effects, smoke, sparklers, all that cool stuff. But yeah, I just have some neat ideas I would like to implement one day and take some photos of. So a figure like this, my mind just conjures up all these awesome crossovers with the 6-inch G.I. Joes and Marvel figures. And I think it would be really fun to try my hand at it. So hopefully one day. But anyway, enough of that. That was a cool figure. Of course, like I said, I wish it had a little bit more articulation, but for what it is, for $10, well, under $10, it's a great figure. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the other episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.